every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
Caitlin Clark once again dominates WNBA national TV schedule.
Newly published study from Rice University and the University of Illinois at Chicago takes a data-driven look at one of the most polarizing sports controversies in recent memory, the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark debate from the 2023 NCAA Championship. During the title game between LSU and the University of Iowa, Caitlin Clark, the Iowa star guard, made a now famous "you can't see me" hand gesture, a taunt originally popularized by wrestler John Cena. Without much controversy, however, when LSU's Angel Reese made the same gesture towards Clark in the closing moments of the game, the reaction was starkly different. Reese was immediately labeled as classless and unsportsmanlike by some media personalities and fans, sparking a nationwide discussion about double standards in sports, race, and gender. Now a new study quantifies what many already suspected. Public and media reactions to Reese and Clark were not just different, but radicalized. Before, during, and after the game, to unpack the racial dynamics at play, the study found that Clark was largely celebrated. Reese was disproportionately criticized, often with racial undertone.
The Fever, they lead the league with 41 games here, followed by the Aces 33, the champion Liberty at 32.
Association, they gave us a gym that I paid for, not entirely, but they took money out of my check and I paid for it.
You better get the fucking full usage of that.
Man, I got hot tub, cold tub, weight room, full court basketball room. I walk in today, I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, two fucking legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout, because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
She's a great shooter.
And she's one of those workout people, got to think, anytime I hit the court, I got to hit that bike. I'm older now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where, if you know, as a gym rat, you guys know, like, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2-in-a-row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot. She had a nice drill. I'm literally still in it.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
41 of our 44 games are on national television. The most television games in franchise history. The most national television games for a single team in WNBA history. I'm sure this is because of Angel Reese. Influential female athletes right now. Coco Gauff, 10. Juju Watkins, number 9. Cameron Brent, 8. Paige Beckers, number 7. Sabrina Ionescu, number 6. Asia Wilson. So Asia's not going to be happy either. Jakari Richardson was number 4. Simone Biles, number 3, right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark, she ran away with number 1. I don't think that should surprise us. She came away with number 1. Caitlin Clark is redefining the entire landscape of women's sports. Her dominance on the court has shattered outdated narratives about women's sports, proving that women's basketball can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's. But the Caitlin Clark effect goes far beyond her performance. It's reshaping the entire sports landscape. Her presence alone boosts the WNBA attendance by 105% compared to games without her, while road games featuring her Indiana Fever see an 87% increase in opponent home attendance. Her rookie debut sparked a staggering 200% jump in WNBA viewership, while Fever home games drew a league-high 186,000 fans last season, a 265% increase from 2023.
Within weeks, the Indiana Fever became the most streamed WNBA team across all platforms. Their games pulled in more views than some NBA matchups. Local broadcasts reported their highest ratings in over a decade. Even road games were turning into events. Everywhere Caitlin went, tickets sold out.
This is the national broadcast schedule against the Sky. It's an ABC broadcast network television game. New York Liberty. It's a CBS game. These are all going to be big rated games. CBS against the Sky. ABC against the Liberty. Here's Asia Wilson right here in the Aces on 622 on ESPN. Right here, ABC, Dallas Wings. All the Indiana Fever versus Sky games are on big networks. One of these games is going to hit 3 million viewers this year.
Were once overlooked, forgotten, and buried at the bottom of the standings. But now, the Indiana Fever have taken over. While the Indiana Fever organization has never looked more alive, the team is unified, confident, and building a culture around Caitlin's leadership. The results? Immediate. With Clark at the helm, the Fever became competitive again. They started winning games no one thought they'd win. Close losses turned into statement victories. Fans who had never watched a women's game in their lives were suddenly posting play-by-plays, breaking down her shooting mechanics.
Broadcast this season, ooh-wee, big-time doubleheader. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they meet in the season opener.
Indiana Fever put this out. All eyes on us.
WNBA's attendance had a record-breaking high in 20 years with a total of 2.3 million fans attending games. You know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance? 48%. That's massive. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Phenomenon, yeah.
If Caitlin Clark gets injured, it's over with.
WNBA draft and All-Star game demolished their viewership records with Caitlin Clark. The Diana Taurasi draft drew 600,000. It was the most watched draft ever. Caitlin Clark's draft drew nearly 2.5 million. 374% increase of viewership. Fever quadrupled ticket sales after drafting Clark. Washington and Indiana set the single game attendance record of 20,711 on September 19 Capital One Arena. The WNBA's average attendance last year was 9,807 fans, up 48%. And keep in mind, that was really one person that added those 3,000 fans on average.
Angel Wilson's talking about sitting out for more money. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever, hey, we're putting every game on TV for Caitlin Clark. Everybody wants to watch her.
Such star power on those teams. It's really no surprise they're atop the list for the most games available for you to check out on a national scale.
I missed the Unrivaled already. They're mad. Caitlin Clark didn't play in that league. They want her out. They want you fans out of the league. 6 WNBA networks set ratings records this season, all Caitlin Clark. 23 WNBA games drew more than 1 million viewers. Clark played in 20 of them.
The young guns, the young stars have come to play. Angel at Unrivaled, training with Lisa, Leslie, and Caitlin. We all know that girl. She lives, breathes, eats, sleeps in the gym. So I am so excited to see that matchup, those two, because anytime they go up against each other, honestly, the whole world shuts down.
Yep.
And still, Caitlin Clark remains focused. She's not asking for attention. She's not flexing for the cameras. She's just hooping. The deep threes, the behind-the-back passes, the buzzer beaters, those aren't highlights anymore. That's her standard. Even opposing teams can't deny her influence. Crowned as the #1 team in America, not because they won a title, but because they've become the most watched, most talked about, and most in-demand franchise in the sport. Because of a deep bench, not because of flashy trades, but because Caitlin Clark made them impossible to ignore.
More people are getting on board. More people are watching women's basketball. More people are watching women's college basketball. Do not slow the momentum because of ego.
Caitlin's
Sponsorship interest has exploded, with new brand deals and cross-platform activations rolling in weekly.
The Indiana Fever will have more nationally televised games this season than the last 2 WNBA champions. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever get the most airtime because they're America's team, baby. Deal with it. Slows. Growing the game doesn't mean focusing on one player and her toxic MAGA cult fans. As for Caitlin Clark, the player,
The Fever are no longer playing catch-up. They're controlling tempo, controlling crowds, and most importantly, controlling headlines.
Clark draws massive viewership and other teams don't. Caitlin Clark averaged about 1.2 million viewers per game, and the rest of the league about 400 to 500,000. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever schedule has come out. We now know how many national games they got. The Indiana Fever is America's team, but the old WNBA fans are furious over it. They're mad. They're crying.
It's all because one woman walked in and changed the game before the ball even tipped. It's one thing to bring attention to a team. It's another to completely redefine its identity And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark has done for the Indiana Fever. She hasn't just changed her team, she's reshaping the entire league. And while the media scrambles to keep up and rivals scramble to keep her off their home court, one thing is clear. Everything in women's basketball now revolves around the Indiana Fever.
A lot of people who aren't fans of the Indiana Fever or don't want to see this happening, they're mad about it, but they're also not realizing that all of the other teams will also be on national TV.
The reason is as obvious as it is undeniable. Caitlin Clark, one player.
Blew up. I don't know who this person is, but they said all Caitlin Clark has done is be white.
Went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
Their games barely made TV. Their arena seats sat half empty.
I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Teammates who were once buried in stat sheets are now becoming household names. Role players are shining because Caitlin draws double coverage nationally. ESPN, CNN, Bleacher Report. Even political shows were talking about the Caitlin Clark effect.
The Liberty and Aces, they're going to clash here 3 times. All 3 of those are on ABC and ESPN. The Fever and the Sky, they meet 5 times. Caitlin Clark, the revamped Fever, they look to build on their success.
Whether you like the Indiana Fever or not, whether you like Caitlin Clark or not, it has gotten to the point where we can no longer deny the fact that they are the biggest draw in the WNBA, and they proved that all of last season.